Whatever you vividly imagine,
ardently desire,
sincerely believe,
and enthusiastically act upon,
must inevitably come to pass.
Now, it's one of two things that I want you to take from this special message. I listened to the entire conversation, quite interesting. But the most important thing I want you to take, particularly if you are a parent right now or soon to be parent, is the heavy responsibility that's on your shoulders.
And I think that's the time he gave me that quote to say, this is what you've always wanted. It's not just going to happen that easily. You have to fight for it. And I know that I'm being the bad guy right now, but I know this is what you want.
That's parenting, boy. That's fathering there. That's fathering there. Shout out to your dad.
You have the responsibility to ensure that your kids from an early age believe in themselves.
Put simply, love is the considerate, tender, hugely patient behaviour displayed by an adult over many years towards a child who cannot help but be largely out of control, confused, frustrating and bewildered. All in order that this child might over time grow into an adult who can take its place in society without too much of a loss of spontaneity, without too much terror, and with a basic trust in its own capacities and chances of fulfilment. It should be a matter of global consternation that despite our many advances, we are still only at the dawn of knowing how to ensure that we all have the loving childhoods we deserve.
You have the responsibility to reassure them when they fail that things will be okay. You have the responsibility to push them towards whatever desires they may have. Because in doing so, they are likely to remember your words and manifest what it is they are meant to do. You may think that your responsibility ends at just feeding your children and making sure that you provide for them when it comes to the fundamentals and the basics. But in the world that we live in today, the responsibility transcends that. In the time of our parents, in fact, their parents, because our parents actually come from a generation where they understood the mandate, they understood the assignment, and they understood the goal. And through understanding their role and how they were brought up and how they were shaped and molded, that is how they then became the people that would drive us, our generation, into the next phase. Now, let's think about the next generation. The next generation of our kids needs us to reinforce positive things, to reinforce realistic and pragmatic things, but also to reinforce dreams, to reinforce the ability of our kids to dream, to believe in themselves, and to know that they are capable of achieving much more than they think they are. Kids today lose direction. Kids today aren't privy to the challenges of life and the consequences of some of the actions that they do today. But it becomes your responsibility to help them navigate this difficult life. Remember, you are a source that helped bring them into this world. There's a higher source that planted the seed through you. Now you are the source that takes them to the next level. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness. Whatever you sincerely believe, whatever, it will come to pass. That is a key lesson that our kids must really know, and it must be bestowed upon them. It's a serious lesson, ladies and gentlemen. My starters, every time I talk to you and say my starters, I'm sending you on a mission based on the words that I'm speaking. Based on the words that I'm speaking, I'm sending you on an assignment. So today's assignment is this. Go back, journal down all the positive attributes that your children have naturally, the things that come natural to them. Journal down all the dreams that they've manifested with their lips. Journal down how you have responded to them dreaming. If you have responded in a negative way, it's time to fix that. It's time to adjust that. and it's time to steer the ship in the right direction. If you're already on that path, then I encourage you to carry on. Encourage your kids. Bring out the best in them. Our children today love exploration. In our schools, when it comes to extracurricular activities, they want to do everything. Guess what? Let them do everything. Let them do everything. My daughter does drummies, drummy majorettes. She does netball. She does swimming. And she excels actually in all of these. I'm interested in her actually getting into cross country and running and building her endurance. She does tennis. The younger one, over and above these activities, also does hockey. And she used to do ballet. She found out she doesn't like it. So she stopped. In fact, both of them used to do ballet. And both of them fell out of love with it because they had to entertain being intrigued by that. They had to actually do it for them to find out that, I'm not interested in that. That's not for me. So whatever it is they want to do, please allow them. Be it in the arts, be it in the STEM subjects. Allow them to focus their hearts and souls into the things that they love. Allow them to build their characters, to build their confidence, to build their self-confidence, and to know that it's okay to fail. That's how they discover themselves. That's how they build themselves. That's how they become better. Our children need us to be that source of strength so that when they fall, we are able to pick them up until a point where when they fall, they pick themselves up. Another important thing is that our children are not fools. They take whatever it is that we do, and it's either they'll elevate it and do it better than you, or they'll just mess up. So be sure to set an example where you do good things. You do things that they are able to follow your examples. They are able to learn from you and do. You know the old adage, monkey see, monkey do. That's our kids for you. They see you do things and they do. They aren't as much interested in what you say, even though what you say matters. Because what you say builds them. What you say encourages them. What you say motivates them. But what you do builds their character. Because through them seeing you being disciplined, through them seeing you being consistent, through them seeing you being God-fearing, through them seeing you being someone who's ethical and has integrity, they will then follow your steps. Trust me, my starters, there is no other way. We need to be that generation that changes things. It is said that ama 2000 manje ayalahleka, they are lost. It's as if they are this lost generation. But I still believe in them because they are now coming of age to the point that a lot of them are now parents. A lot of them are soon to be parents, and a lot of them are going to be future parents. These are the lessons that they need to learn to help guide and mold and shape and direct their children, to guide and mold their children into a future that is positive for them. My starters, the power of manifestation is real. It's real. How dare you doubt it? As a starter, how dare you doubt it? Think back to when you wanted to be where you are today. And then if you've achieved whatever it is you dreamt about, firstly, be thankful. But secondly, tap yourself on the shoulder because you made it. You made it, my starter. Now, in knowing the foundation that comes from believing in yourself, that comes from following positive examples, taking positive attributes, dispelling, dismissing, and throwing away negative attributes, and then becoming a better person. That's exactly what our kids need from us. So, my starters, today, you know the assignment. Those of you that have kids, you know the assignment. Those of you that are watching this with your kids, you can't run away from the assignment. You can't run away from the assignment. And those of you that are yet to have kids, ponder on what it is that I've shared today. I love you. I believe in you. I trust in you. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, my starters.